Please tell us something about yourself.
I'm an ordinary engineer by education. I fine-tuned myself in profession, and I started as a graduate engineer trainee in a company called Escorts Tractors, and rose up to general manager level in Escorts. Did 20 years of service working in all departments of any organization except finance. After that, I became a turnaround specialist. In the process, I had post-graduated from IIT Delhi in the field of management and systems. I also did a lot of extensive research in the field of flexible systems methodology.
How you turn towards science and developing technologies which can help people in the healthcare sector.
Okay. COVID happened, and in the first 10 days of COVID, I lost both my father and my wife. So Devraj Sharma and Lakshmi Sharma both parted off from my life in a span of 4 days. So we were a joint family mostly, but in my Bangalore journey, me, Lakshmi, and Sumati, we lived together in Bangalore, and my father and my mother lived in Faridabad. And suddenly, my father became sick on 18th of March. He went on ventilator, and we lost him on 1st of April 2020. And my wife parted off under all these situations 29th March. Just a span of 4 days, I lost both of them. I was not able to understand what happened because these two were very strong people in my life. So our lives were my mother's life, my wife's life, and my life, but my daughter's life, they were all dependent on my father and my wife both. So as if they are the heads of our family. Two heads, one handling Bangalore, another handling Faridabad. Suddenly these two people walked off from my life, and I knew it was a medical accident. Something doctors couldn't do. Somewhere medical science failed to protect the most important people of my life. So I suddenly shifted from battery thought process, the lithium graphene battery. That was the battery capacitors I was working on, the bat caps which I call today. We have those technologies. I suddenly threw everything into the parking bay and moved towards nanomedicine. Started understanding what went wrong with them. Over a period of time, I realized that even COVID is tackleable. We can tackle COVID. So those days, so this was round one of COVID. And since COVID days till today, I have been inventing a lot of molecules in the field of nanomedicine. Today, we know that if there are 3 lakh known diseases to the mankind, all these 3 lakh diseases can be compartmentalized into 3 sections. So if we can take care of 3 things, we won't be sick. Problem number 1 is toxicity. Problem number 2 is inflammation. And problem number 3, we can term in simple languages, in say normal languages, acidity. So if we can tackle in our body acidity, toxicity, and inflammation, most of autoimmune disorders will not touch us. It is just like a human being should practice a life by which, and medicines should help human beings, not harm them. So I started questioning all 5 essence of human beings. The physical manifestation of energy is a human being. So I started reinventing the way water should be consumed, reinventing the way food should be consumed. How do we detoxify our bodies? How do we disinflammate our bodies? Just to give you a normal example, my uncle, my dad's younger brother, second younger brother, around a month back, I met him at his house. Next day, he was supposed to be given some cancer drug. His arthritis was told by the expert, medical expert, that he has to now take a strong dose and his inflammation was in a very dangerous level. His CRPs were crossing 125 that day. Today morning I have talked to him. He's touching 30. So what did we do in last 1 month? That from stage 4 arthritis, he's looking healthy, going to the office, doing fine. His joint pains have gone off. What did we do to him that suddenly from nowhere his legs are now not paining? We have healed his inflammation. So if inflammation is healed, arthritis is gone. He has moved from stage 4, and had he consumed those cancer similar drugs for arthritis phase 4, he would have further gone down the drain. We would have lost him. He's happy, he's feeling better, he's able to sleep well. What did we do? We gave him nanocurcumin. So it is taken out of turmeric. And turmeric, since childhood, our grandmother used to give us in milk. In Hindi, we call it haldi, curcuma longa. So we extract curcumin out of haldi, the turmeric, and from curcumin we extract what is soluble in water, and it is called nanocurcumin. So just imagine you have an eye drop type of bottle. It has a saffron liquid. Put 2 drops of saffron liquid in your milk or in water or in tea. Consume 2 drops only. 400 milligrams of nanocurcumin will reach if you take it twice a day, and that is good enough to heal you completely out of inflammation. So technically speaking, all inflammation disorders will go. They'll be healed. This is what I currently do. We also do a material called nanocapsaicin. It is taken out of all chilies of all kinds. Capsaicin, capsicum. So it's the heart of capsicum. So the capsicum are of many types. Chilies are of many types. So we extract out of those things. These are gift of nature. So I'm converting nature to heal you through nanotechnology. People can challenge Ayurveda. They will not be able to challenge nanomedicine. So that is my current forte, and I am trying to save lives. I'll tell you about another material, nanoedicine. Garlic, everybody knows, heals cardiac problems. And people tell you to take garlic raw. Don't cook it in the food. From the garlic, we are deriving a core heart of the garlic. It's a material called nanoedicine. It will basically declog your arteries. So if arteries are declogged, what will happen to the cardiac surgery industry? If inflammation is gone, what will happen to the entire autoimmune disorder industry? If toxicity is gone, what do we do with the entire gastro diseases? So many gastro disorders. Every second person in this country is suffering from acidity, hyperacidity, GERD, hundreds of diseases, ulcers, stomach cancers, liver disorders, kidney disorders. All these will go if you just take one of my products, which is called healing water.
Please tell us something about YKT. What is YKT? What
Correct.
is the idea behind the name? And how does YKT work?
Good. I did around 5 startups in last 7 years. So I'm a failure expert. So people struggle for success in life. I enjoy failures. I learn from them.
Wonderful.
Because successful people, they don't learn enough. So I'm a failure expert. Even in all of our experiments, my colleagues would be listening to me. We fail hundreds and thousands of times. Experiments are all failures. Even Edison said he knows 10,000 ways how to not to invent a bulb. Nikola Tesla was a failure expert in his life. Steve Jobs failed most of his life. But he had a dream in 1982 that there will be a mobile that we'll keep in our pocket. It will be our personal computer. Steve Jobs is not alive. His products and his thoughts are. So when I'm not there, my thoughts and my products will remain. Nanomedicine will become a complete industry one day. It will prevent 80% of the patients reaching hospitals. You would not need hospitals. There will be something called healing center. Well, we are calling them wellness center very soon. We are starting with the state government in India. We'll start from villages and start healing people at the base so that patients don't need to enter hospitals. They remain healthy. In older times, doctors were being paid for keeping people healthy, not for curing their disease. So we'll bring that concept in India of next decade. Coming back, YKT means Yoi Kokoro Technologies. YOI Kokoro. KOKORO Technologies. Yui Kokoro is a Japanese word. So this Sanatani scientist looks up to Japanese culture, Japanese science. The Japanese science has learnt out of Buddhism. And Buddhism has learnt a lot out of Sanatani. So Sanatani scientists, the nanotechnologists, chose a word from Japan. This is called Yui Kokoro. And I took help from my daughter, Sumati Sharma. She has picked up this word for me and manages most of my businesses today. My businesses and my father's businesses are managed by Sumati Sharma, my daughter, 25-year-old. So I'm employed to her. So she is my boss. I need a boss in life, so I got my daughter to be my boss. So Sumati said to me, Yoi Kokoro is what you are. I said, does it mean? It means balance of soul, mind, and body with the energy. So ultimate is life energy. In Hindi, we call them prana. So if we can synchronize everything around us, we will be at peace. And she says, your technologies are trying to bring peace amongst people and in the planet and in the system. I said, correct. So then we coined our theme of an organization. It is 3-word theme: save, protect, conserve. So all our technologies, today I'm sitting on 537 inventions now. In last 2 days, we have invented 2 more products. Every day we solve one problem at least, big problem. So our purpose is to save money. So all our technologies will mandatorily save money. So there will be no solution that will not save money for our customer. So if I am saving money for my customer will come back to me again and again. That is how we get paying customers. We don't do anything that doesn't save money for our customers. All our ideas are directly monetizable. So we monetize each and every product solution into money. That is save. Protect. Most importantly, we don't harm the equipment of our customer. Neither the customer, nor the equipment, nor the system around the customer, their houses, their factories, we protect them. So all our technologies will protect something. Either it will protect a house, or a laptop, or an engine, or a car, or a customer's health also, his body. We protect his body. So any physical manifestation that is around us, anything that is visible for our customer, we protect it. Finally, we conserve. All our ideas, 100% of them, will 100% conserve the environment. So everything that we do will save money, will protect the customer's equipment and customer interests, and will protect the environment, the planet, the galaxy at large. So save, protect, and conserve ensures Yoi Kokoro, which means it ensures a balance of every energy around us, because at the end of the day, matter is a physical representation of energy. We learned this through our research. And all these learnings went out from India, America, or the developed world, or Japanese people, Korean people. All these engineers are learning from our Indian knowledge only. And they call it science. So I realized that science has emerged out of India. We should focus here. Yoi Kokoro today creates savers. So its monogram itself is Y, K, and T. It's a red, total red font. It means we are full of life energy. There are very strong foundations on the ground, which means we are grounded people. We are trying to save people from the biggest problems on the planet. One of our products is called Food Saver. So it will enhance the life of fruits and vegetables. India itself loses 1.35 lakh tons of fruits and vegetables every year. We cannot have so many CA stores, the controlled atmosphere stores. We cannot have so many trains which are refrigerated trains. So the farmer will lose his tomato or banana at his source only, and that poor man loses a lot of money, and that is where he's not able to save his own crop. Food saver, when coated on a fruit or vegetable, will give him one more life. So just by spending 1 rupee per kg, we are giving the farmer at least one life of his fruit or vegetable back. Anything which gets spoiled in 3 days will now survive minimum 6 days, or anything which gets spoiled in 2 days will get spoiled in 4 days, or 5 days material will survive 10 days. So giving one life of the material back. So spending 1 rupee, he earns minimum 30 rupees. These days, every vegetable is minimum 25-30 rupees a kg. So per kg, I'm just taking 1 rupee of my cost and giving him 30 rupees. I'm saving him the money. So he's earning 29 rupees per kg because of one of my products, which we call Food Saver. This product is available for all residential people, all our housewives, all our people who are cooking food. They go and buy fruit and vegetable. You cannot stuff everything in the refrigerator. Things which are kept outside will go bad. You cannot keep all bananas and apples inside your fridge. It's a 300-liter equipment. How many fridge you will buy? So then you will go and buy smaller quantities. Then you are paying more. So I'm motivating people to go into the APMC mandis, the markets, so that they can buy for a week and keep for a week. So this way, a farmer will be able to sell more. Traders, you see, the traders are also struggling because they are in the sun. Today, temperature in Delhi is 45, 46 degrees. The poor man who is selling those fruits and vegetables on the streets, that man is losing 10% of the decaying every day. 10% of his product decays every day. So we have two variants. One is called anti-decay, another is called anti-ripening. We also slow down the ripening of the product. What are we doing? We are making this food available for poor people. So even if we can save out of that 1.35 lakh tons of food, if we can save around 40% of it, it's a lot of food for people. Prices will go down. So I've explained Food Saver. We have things like Fuel Saver, Food Saver, Battery Saver, Power Saver, Engine Saver, Life Saver, Disease Saver. I can go on. YKT is the savior of humanity. It is the savior of mankind. It has a symbol of tiger. Hum hai tiger nanotechnology. We are the guys who gave graphene worth 1.7 crores free. So my boss was kind to me in those days. I took permission from him. I said, sir, I want to spread nanotechnology around the world. He said, what's the plan? I said, sir, we have 1.5 tons of graphene lying in our Bangalore Hoskote factory. I need your approval to supply graphene samples free. He said, sounds bad. Doesn't sound like business. I said, it's not business. You are an Arab businessman. 1.7 crores is nothing for you. Kindly help me get this 10,000 rupees gram material to every student, every tech institute, every university, every corporate. Let them do a research. The projects these students will do will get converted into products. They will then create their startups. They will then go into funding. Government will take interest. This was happening in 2014, 2015. GrapheneIndia.com. So we became the most popular free graphene people of the world. We gave nanomaterial free. So in those days, my website, when it started, it was having a Google ranking that they used to call it Alexa ranking those days. 2.5 crore was my website ranking. Within 15 days, 2.5 crore went down to 75,000. So we were 75,000 website ranked on Surface Web in the planet. And we were just 1,000 behind Flipkart. I was having 8,000 unique customers reaching my website in those days. Everybody, because in the world, everybody needs free. I don't want to name the Indian corporates. The biggest of them, which you think, have taken my free graphene. Now I am changing gears. So a lot of people in nanotechnology world, they used to tell me, Rajnish Sharma, you are defaming graphene. I said, no, I'm making it popular. Free graphene, what used to happen is people who use those graphene samples, my colleagues Saqib and Revati, they were distributing hundreds of samples free every day. they became the two most important, most popular nanotechnology marketing people, Revati Ilango and Muhammad Saqib, my people. Now these two people, they have actually interacted with almost everybody in nanotechnology around the world. China also got our samples free. Sixth Element has also got our samples. Your Tata groups, Reliance groups, you name a company and everybody has used our samples. What they did is they came back. They came back with orders. Somebody said, I need 10 kg. Somebody said, I need 25 kg. So we got repeat customers. First time when you're giving free, you have to add value to somebody. So what we were a startup of a startup sector. Nanotechnology was in infancy stage. After Nobel Prize in 2010, it still remained a sort of a startup sector. So we were inspired by Bharat Ratna Professor C.N.R. Rao, our respected mentor. He told me once in a Bangalore Nano exhibition, we used to win awards every year. He told me, Rajnish Sharma, people like you have a responsibility to create lakhs of jobs for our nanotechnologists. I am growing old. The responsibility to take nanotechnology sector into the mainstream will be of people like yours. I give this responsibility to you. Even today, as a lonely entrepreneur, I remember his words. So what are we doing? I changed gears around a month back in YKT. My social media posts are now talking about graphene technology to everybody. So I am now opening up and saying that we will do non-exclusive transfer of technology, non-exclusive TOT to anybody who needs graphene technology and wants to manufacture graphene raw material. And we will also give a technology transfer to all these 535 technologies that we have created. It's basically going to shock people in nanotechnology sector, also people in all the so-called specialty sector.
What actually inspired you to enter the business world? Was there any moment, or it was a period of time when you realized that you want to enter the world of business?
Okay, so I have passed through 2 or 3 phases of dilemma in my life. For approximately 2 years, I was like playing a double role. I was an employee of, I was leading a company called United Motors and Heavy Equipment Private Limited that was into heavy fabrication, and I was doing a job. Now, my boss had approved for a second company to be formed. So I had got a senior scientist from a global level scientist, and my boss to work together on a partnership. Now, both these two important stakeholders, they were not so serious about that sector because it was a sunrise sector. Now, I became more like a representative of my boss to run that joint venture. And over a period of time, I realized that I have to follow that entrepreneurship role. Because to run that company, I had to behave like a 24/7 entrepreneur. So I was sitting in the same office running 2 companies, one as a senior employee of a big group, a multi-billion dollar group. So it was having its own complexities. And on the other side, I was handling a nanotechnology venture, which had totally a very different approach. I played this double role for 2 years, trying to think like an employee and actually act like an entrepreneur. Because these senior level people with power of attorney, like me, I was empowered. So many hundreds and thousands of lives were dependent on me. I realized that I'm playing this double role of an employee and entrepreneur. Both I was loyal to both. My integrity and transparency towards whatever I'm doing, even today in your interview also it is visible, are my niche. I will be transparent to people and I will be integrity, valued person. So that helped me to survive for those 2 years. Till one of my mentors who actually found me by typing Graphene UK on Google, and my site was the #1 site. And this scientist flew all the way came to meet me in Bangalore. He saw my dilemma and told me, Rajnish Sharma, you have to either be an employee or you have to be an entrepreneur. Come out of this double role. You are not Dilip Kumar, that you can play double role, or Amitabh Bachchan. They are skilled people. You cannot play these double role in life. You are born to be an entrepreneur, not an employee. So I realized this, but I couldn't come out of it. 2017, when my boss decided to come out of Indian business and he bid me goodbye, I had two options. One, to go with him as an employee, senior employee, and enjoy a lavish life in Sharjah. Dubai, Sharjah, and Abu Dhabi are the tri-cities. I would have really enjoyed a life which he wanted to give me. But I chose a difficult path of nanotechnology. So I left the comforts of corporate, and instead of running his company, I gave his company back to him. He gifted that company to his so-called other partner, who enjoyed the entire work that we did. He still enjoys. I wish him good luck. I started alone in 2017 as an entrepreneur. My problem is that most of those nanotechnology staff and the senior management staff of those two companies, they came with me. So suddenly the challenge on my head was not only to run this company, but to also make sure that their lives run properly. So I became a net cash drainer. Right from that day, it was not about my life only, but about so many lives that were dependent on this project. I became entrepreneur by force. The destiny wanted me to behave like that. Entering business world was, I would have been very, very peaceful like 99% of the corporate employees in the country, but destiny chose this path. I don't call myself as a businessman even today. That may not be my strength, and I have suffered a lot because of that. Experience and failures have taught me how to be a businessman and how to create new ways of doing business and how to create business models that are self-sustaining. They don't need enough investments. They need simple will of an entrepreneur who can join hands with us and do good business.
What are the obstacles you faced throughout this journey?
I started my journey 2013 onwards, and in various formats this has happened until 2022. Last 2 years, COVID derailed a lot of things. I got stranded in Faridabad after losing 2 members of my family, and my works are in Bangalore. So even now, after 2 years also, I am still in Faridabad, operating from North Indian point of view, while my entire works is in South India, and my people are based in Bangalore. So this could have been better had I been in Bangalore. The biggest problem I faced is handling a technology business on digital level is very difficult. So you can imagine experiments are happening in Bangalore, and I have to pass on my entire thought process to them round the clock, and there are safety hazards in doing that. So research is a very risky field. So we faced very difficult times in last few years. Thankfully, I have automated my business through technologies that are available. So every word that I type here and every word they type here is visible to us live. We use Google technologies. We have automated our entire business on cloud. So our entire research is also on cloud. Somehow we have been able to manage this Faridabad Bangalore dilemma because of COVID. That is one. The biggest obstacle in last 9 years of my work in nanotechnology has been finding the right people. A researcher doesn't want to create end products. People who are good engineers, they don't want to understand research. So we followed a methodology of SETCA. I will explain: science, engineering, technology, commerce, and arts. This is SETCA, our methodology. A good person, good colleague should be having all 5 of them, interest in all 5, even if niche is in one. Our biggest challenge is I couldn't tackle greed of people in the entire value chain. Even today, I face challenges where people want to grab everything that they can. So the biggest problem is science requires self-sacrifice. And people around us, they are too greedy to become millionaires and billionaires pretty fast. Everybody wants to become rich very fast. So people who associate with us, they just want to own us pretty quickly without good paperwork, without respecting our work. We faced trust issues with people across our value chain, right from stakeholders till employees, till partners, till suppliers, till customers. Luckily, today we have become straightforward and we're tackling that. I'm lucky to have some of my colleagues who have seen all these seasons and they stay strong with me and I am strong with them. Creating a team has been the biggest challenge I ever faced. Every entrepreneur would agree with me, and we have trust issues because of greed. So I decided if people want to steal my technology, everybody wants to check what am I doing and somehow steal my work. I've approximately lost 350 GBs of knowledge in the form of patent information in my entire 9 years. 350 GBs. That's a lot of work. Now, all they don't understand is they can steal the technology, but they cannot steal my mind. The way I wrote those ideas, I reached there, they cannot steal that. Why don't they understand that it is we that is important, not stealing something, grabbing something? And even if you are a corporate, the biggest thing that people didn't understand is big inventions will always happen in the smallest of the rooms. They will not happen in a 650 acres of a corporate R&D center. No, that R&D center will not be able to innovate, and you need to respect the freelancing scientists. And freelancing scientists, wherever they are pretty insecure about their own work. So I struggle to find other Rajnish Sharmas in this country. I still struggle to do that. And had we got environment of people where YKT type of philosophies were followed by other companies also, India would be a great place scientifically. And this is the only path by which India can add another $3 trillion and or maybe more than that. So I am eagerly looking for like-minded YKT philosophy people in this country and around the world. Anybody can join. I'm starving for good people. That's the biggest problem I have faced. Thank you.
So what are your future plans with YKT?
My niche is research. I'll stay with my niche. I'll stay with my core niche. I'll spend my energies more in research. And I'll tell you, beyond C.N.R. Rao, I'm a true disciple of Nikola Tesla. So I also believe that 80% of the technologies that we use today have been invented by Nikola Tesla. Now there are some unfinished tasks. So we are a set of scientists in the world who will keep on creating new things. I am working on nanomedicine in a big way. And after open sourcing, my selfish interest in all this is I want to give all my work that I've done to people, let them create value and businesses for themselves, let everybody become rich and happy, use our source codes. Once this is done and this is happening, I want to focus back on YKT will keep on focusing on creating new products and new technologies. We have also planned that every 6 to 7 months we will upgrade our technology. There is no need to worry about patenting because every 6-7 months we are disrupting our own technology. So what you will copy? In past 5-7 years, a lot of people have stolen my technologies and they have created their own businesses, and whatever they have wanted to do, they have done. Even some of our employees have also done it. No problem. What I'm trying to do is we are now going to increase the pace of technology development. YKT will focus on niche science research. So scientific research will be our forte. We'll stay as a technology development company, and we will keep on opening group companies. And one company has been working with Government of India directly. One company is already become a nano FMCG. It is called Annapurna Enterprise. So that is already distributing nano FMCG products in the market. I have not talked about nano FMCG yet. So these are around 125 products already complete range of nanocolloids and nanofluids is available. So what our niche will be, we enjoy research, we'll keep on research.
Any message for next gen entrepreneurs?
See, to be a good entrepreneur, you may or may not be well educated. Dhirubhai Ambani was not so greatly educated. And college education helps, but it only helps in a limited format. To be a good entrepreneur for next generation people, now I see people around who are struggling for jobs, and they're looking for which are the top 10 top list of fields in which they should be. Well, the problems which IT world is creating today for you, even artificial intelligence will create the same problem tomorrow. Even machine language will create the same problem tomorrow. If you have to become self-independent in life, start doing your own research, start doing your own work. Don't look for ideas in others. Like, for example, in my case also, I'm helping people with the starting seed of thought. Look, I'll give you this know-how, then you start working. So next generation entrepreneurs must not run behind investors only.